weekend. When it's done, the Broadway subway is expected to lighten the load on Metro Vancouver's transit system. But what was supposed to take 5 years is now expected to take 2 more years. And this week's news that a block of Broadway between Maine and Quebec is set to close for 4 months starting in January, that hit especially hard for businesses there. And here with us in studio right now is one of those owners, Ron MacGillivray of Fable Diner. Ron, hello there and welcome.
Hi, how you doing? Mars Bar for myself.
Mars Bar?
Yeah,
okay, it's always Mars all the way. That is a popular one for sure. Take us through it. Just what impact has the construction of the Broadway subway extension has it had on your business so far?
It's been challenging. I think for us, it kind of started just after COVID. So we had a decrease in business around 50, 60% for COVID like everyone else. But then the construction kind of started ramping up. So we never really got an opportunity to kind of claw back to what we were doing pre-COVID. So we're still down around 35 to 50%, kind of depending on what's going on, to pre-COVID numbers.
Wow. Wow. Okay. And how do you feel about how this has all been communicated by the city and construction officials?
I think it's good. I mean, they're around in the area just because we're right across the street from the main street. They're trying to work with us as best they can as far as, giving us a heads up. But it's, and you just, for the businesses and for ourselves, you just adapt. So, there's no point in getting mad at someone or look for, then no one told me. It's just a matter of, okay, this is what's happening. Let's kind of work out what we can as best we can to make it, work for everyone.
Okay. So what would that entail? What have you done to sort of prepare?
Well, to prepare for the one coming up is going to be a challenge. But right now we just adapt, talk to our suppliers coming in, kind of trying to have features on for guests to, hire better features to kind of bring people in the daytime, try and connect to the construction workers and get people in. We also have added, we do trivia on Wednesday nights. We've added Saturday night trivia. We're doing live music on Friday. And then, talking about doing karaoke on Thursday night to try and kind of build some business on areas that's not there. So,
well, you talked about suppliers. Is it a tough place to get to and drop off supplies?
Yeah. Right now, the alley is being ripped up because they're putting utilities in. So it's and it's been one-way traffic for 5 years now because you can't get onto Broadway. So just drivers have to kind of come up a one-way street into the alley, stop, and then kind of unload and get back out. Right now there's a hole in the alley, and there's fencing. So it might take. There was a driver that took an hour and a half just to get in and out. So it affects them on other routes as well. And they're you can't again get mad at them for being late because it's Vancouver.
Everyone's trying to work around.
100%. Yeah.
Everyone's trying to work around. And what about the customer experience then? What are you hearing from them?
Right now it's fine because the construction, it's across the street. It's in, for people it's nice viewing now. You see it's above ground so you can see what's happening and you can see, that for them light at the end of the tunnel. The issue is going to be in January when they rip everything up. So right in front of our window, it's going to be the whole street's going to be ripped up and it's going to be construction jackhammers that whole time. So that's when that was going on 3 or 4 years ago, it was tough. There was people that would just come in and leave because you couldn't have a conversation. It was just pretty loud with the construction. So, right now we'll have to see what it's like at that time and then kind of adapt as best we can when that's there.
Oh my goodness. And what about this news then? The traffic is going to have to detour. I mean, Broadway is going to be completely blocked off. And I know that's going to really affect the Beeline bus traffic as well. But it's going to have to detour down to 8th Avenue around that Maine and Quebec closure.
Yeah,
what do you think of that?
Quebec is closed right now. So they're going to open Quebec up. And then they're going to put a traffic light kind of right by 8th and Main. So then you can't turn on off 8th onto Main, so you will be able to. So then buses will be it kind of loop around us, so they'll just come around. So it won't be as disruptive for traffic because they'll just loop around both ways. It'd just be congestion on 8th Street because it's there's a ballet studio there, so there's lots of parents that are dropping and picking up their kids. So you won't be able to stop there when it's happening. And so our delivery drivers as well will stop and then kind of walk stuff up. They won't be able to, so it'll be a challenge for that area they say 4 months, but realistically,
they said
probably
5
the
years
summer.
for
Yeah,
the
I think
whole line
once
too,
FIFA
right?
happens as well in the summertime, that's going to add another layer of just congestion and construction. Everything slows down because the amount of people that are going to be here and just getting through. So it's going to.
That's a really good point. I don't know. I guess I admire your calm and your sense of we'll just get through it. We'll have to work around it. But how challenging is that to see that light at the end of literally the tunnel, I guess, and the benefits of the subway eventually.
Yeah, I think the biggest one was thinking, okay, it's going to be finished 2025. So with COVID going on, it's like we've got 3 years. So just make it through 3 years, survive. And then once another year's added on, it's like, I don't know, it's a real challenge now. And I think what's not helping is the economy. The last little bit has been a struggle for, the restaurant industry. So it's a matter of, doing what we can to, I don't know, see if I can survive kind of to that point. And there's no point in getting upset. Or feeling sorry for myself because it's a restaurant. It's what we do. I've decided to do it, and I love it. And want to be able to build business by giving great service and great food to guests.
But you're putting in longer days than you anticipated, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a challenge for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what about supports? Could there be more supports out there for businesses like yours that are really impacted by this road closure?
Yeah, I think it's tough because you don't want to open up. If you open it to one, then you have to be able to do it for everyone. So I understand where the province is coming from as far as not compensating people, and the city. I understand for them because it's a provincial project. So I just think it'd be great to have some type of opportunity for businesses that wanted to stay open and try and make it through, like bridge to the other side, that there was some type of, interest-free loan or some type, that, we would pay back, but it would be tied to for when they finish it. So for example, if it's going to take them another 2 years, we don't start to pay it back until they finish what they're supposed to do. So there's kind of a bit of an incentive on their part that, if they finish it, if it takes 3 years for them, then, we wait 3 years and then we start paying back. But then once we can start earning, kind of even getting back to what it was 5 years ago, then we can then pay back that,
right.
loan.
You think that idea would get any traction?
I don't know. This is, thought of it today. We're talking about it right now.
Right.
So, David Eby, he was one of the first regulars, him and Kaylee at Fable Kitchen when we opened back in 2012. They were in for brunch. I think the first weekend we opened up, they were in for the regulars. So I remember when he first won, was nominated and got elected. It's like that guy, I was telling my wife, he looks a lot like David, the regular that comes in.
Right.
And it was David Eby. So.
Okay, well, if anyone can move this issue, you've got friends in high places.
Yeah.
You obviously liked your food.
Yeah.
Okay. Ron, thank you again for coming in.
Yeah.
You take care. Hope you get some Mars bars.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's Ron MacGillivray. He's the owner of the Fable Diner on Broadway.